Hey, what's up, party people? It is another episode of SR Synth Weekly. I am, of course, your beautiful Redneck, and we got a lot of music today. Got some good stuff, got some new stuff, got some old stuff, got a little mix of everything today, and we're going to jump right in and get started. First up today, we have our good friend HeartBeatHero. If you don't know them, they are a Synthwave group out of the Netherlands. They got a new album coming out soon, so it already sounds really good. The song they sent me today is called Trinity, and it's a really cool. Just a really cool sound and everything. A good way to start this week. They describe their song as the phone rings on a ship while it's traveling through the depths of space at the speed of light, trying to escape the dark pull of evil. I kind of went with that, and what I did is I kind of went with a little different view on that. Not space at this part, but kind of like the same view. I kind of went with this. So the main is awakened by a vision in their dreams. They wake and find themselves in another dimension full of darkness around them. The main walks out to find the world is covered in evil and has to rush out before being found. The main then runs into the person who pulled them through the dimensional force from their vision. We then get an explanation on why they're there and what happened to this world. We see a full pan of the city and the chaos of evil being controlled by the city, while the main evil is shown running the show. Basically what happens is that they get this vision in their dreams, and all of a sudden their dreams becomes reality, that they've been pulled into another dimension. And here we are, they're looking around and seeing that this whole place has been taken over by the evil forces out there, and the person who pulled them through was in their vision and dreams, and they come to find out that that's why they were in the dreams, that they've been pulled through. Now they pan through the city, and we see this whole dimensional state, and they're there because they have some kind of special bond to be able to get through to be able to stop the evil to help this dimension and go back to theirs. That's the first feel it came for me. The second feel I got was it's like the beginning of the movie. We see the main evil awakened by the minions. We then see the evil rise and greet the followers. They give them the sacrifice to make them strong again. We've seen that the whole time. You see the main evil is awakening by his minions or by whoever the followers are, and they offer up a sacrifice to make them strong again. And as this is going on, we then see the evil leave the sanctuary and check out the world while feeding on the innocents that are out there. We then cut to the main, who's been following the research, knowing that the evil is or about to rise again, and then cut back to the evil, who is now at full strength, ready to take on the world and take over. Basically, it's pretty much self-explanatory. You got the evil awakening, and we get this whole beginning storyline of what's going on. The evil's gaining strength to take over the world. That kind of feel. Both of those work for me. Like I said, it was a little different than what they wanted or their setup was, but I think it works on both edges on it. So check it out. It's a really good song, and as I always say, follow them on their platforms. So check it out here. It's HeartBeatHero, and the song is called Trinity. Next up today, we have our other good friend, LuminAnthem. And if you don't know them, if you haven't checked out my other episodes, they are a synth rock, ambient rock group out of Jamestown, New York. The song they sent me today is called Someone. And they describe this, I'm guessing this might be a personal thing for them, but I haven't really asked. But they describe this as a track off their album, deals with finding freedom from depression and substance abuse. I kind of went with that, and but in a different way, but it's hard to describe it. I have to read it and you'll understand. The first one I came up with was, we see the main dealing with troubles throughout the story. We see the memories of the past as well as what just happened in the present. While this has happened, we see the one that was lost show up in a memory, reminding the main who they are and remember the oath they took. Basically, they've lost someone or something happened in the past, and they're doing through the memories, and then they remember a not like a ghost, but like a memory saying, reminding them who they are and, what kind of promises they make. And then we see the main start to see the light again and we get this little training set up to stop the addiction that has been afflicting them. We then see the group of others under siege while the main returns. This is kind of like, got that whole training montage and then he goes back to fight. And we see them show up and take out the others showing that they're back from the darkness that's been within. Basically, they're dealing with whatever problem is, whatever addiction, whatever, really bad PTSD or whatever it is. I use that just, in general. And we see them storyline, they get this whole oath thing, remembering who they are, go through a montage to get over this affliction, and then go back and, at the climax, we see them returning to the other team, showing that they're back and beating them. That's kind of what the first feel I got. The second feel I got is the main was taken by the evil and has to fight the position that they're under, or they've had. We see them locked away as the pain and position is on hold. As the time goes by, we see the main with all the memories of friends and lovers taking over the mind rather than the evil. As the song progresses, we see the main return from the darkness and start to return to normal. As this is happening, we see them opening the door and the main walks back out to normal and free from this evil force. And the lover and the main embrace each other, as always, and the group comes to them. Knowing it's a constant fight they will have to deal with together, but they now know that they need to take out the evil that's caused it. Basically, like most movies, we've seen that if evil's been under, the main character's been under control of some evil force, and they're having to fight it within, I use possession, but it could just be under, like an evil force that's taken over their mind and they have to fight it. And they've locked them away to fight it and they're getting over it and then all these memories start rushing, this hidden power they have, whatever, and they fight the evil and now they know that they're going to have to fight forever for it until the evil's contained and they go back. That's basically, both work for me. It could actually work in the same movie, but that's just the feeling I got from it. As always, let me know what you think in the comments, what kind of vision you feel off of it. And like I said, it's a really good song, so check it out. It's LuminAnthem, and the song is called Someone. Next up today, we have a group called Ogster. I hope I say that right, so if I didn't, let me know. They are a synthwave, chillwave, retrowave band out of, I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. It's in Sweden. Eskilstuna? Anyway, sorry if I don't pronounce it right, and anybody in Sweden, please correct me. The song they sent me today, though, is called Highway Drive. And they kind of describe this just as a melodic powerhouse of synths. The flow makes for a good drive on a highway. So I kind of went with that in a way. I kind of went with like the first setup I set for it was kind of like just a setting up the day. Does that make sense? They're getting ready for the day or whatever their job is. So I went with this. The main is getting ready for the day. We see them leave and head out to the lab. They're driving through the streets as we get a narration on the daily routine and who they are and what we basically got an exposition of what the storyline is. We then see them walking into a lab as they're the main scientists to get to work. As the song progresses, we see them working on the new technology, where the storyline basically grows into, and we get the whole reasoning behind the storyline. We see them working with the numbers and the robots doing the work as we see the group have moments while working as the text. As the song starts to end, they all seem exhausted, but then all of a sudden, right before we get to the climax, they get this eureka moment, and that's where the main climax starts. Basically, got a lab, you know, someone who runs a lab, we've seen that all, and they're working on something to save the world, you know, the tech to save the world. And, you know, that's the whole climax, that's the whole main first part of the storyline is we're getting it. And they're working on it, and, you know, just basically, right before the song ends, we get this eureka moment into the next climax of the stories, which kind of works out for me. So, that was my first feel, as always. The second feel I got on it was we see the main showing up for the first time in a city, as always. We get a narration of why they're there from the main, basically, you know, that internal narrative. We see them traveling while the camera pans around the city and people. We then see the main show up and visit with a few close friends to getting information of what's happened, whatever the storyline is. And all the while, the main is hiding other intentions until they see the lover that they lost. We then see the main watch the lover as they enjoy their new life, and then the main drives off back to the main storyline searching. Basically, we get this main's re-entered the city for the first time in a while. They're catching up with old friends and getting information of what's happened, whatever the storyline's going on. And there's like a secondary story kind of in between that, where the main has a lover or an ex-lover, and they are enjoying a new life, and they got to know what they were doing in life, or what happened to them since they left. And then they go back and they start doing whatever storyline searching is going for. So both work for me. As always, it's my opinion, so they're always going to work for me. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. And as always, follow them on their platforms. Really good music, really good song. So check it out. Here it is. It's Ogster, and the song is called Highway Drive. Next up today in our beautiful Sonic Wonderland, we have Debby Grupp. I'm always going to screw up your name, Debby. Sorry. If you don't know them, she is an electronic band out of Toronto. Really good electronic music that she plays. The song she sent me today is called Ultramarine. And she didn't give me a description on this, but it just gives me, just the whole Sonic Wonderland of this gives me a great feeling. It gives me too many vibes to work with, so I just came up with these, so check it out. We see the team searching through the woods to find an item that was hidden for years by elders. We see them going through each area and performing tasks shown on the maps gathered by the research that they've attained. After each task, we see them, we see them have to deal with the area, life, and goons. Basically, that whole little, they've set up traps in the life, wildlife, and they have to deal with some evil goons that are also trying to find this item. We then see them finally get to the hidden temple. As they move forward, they have a feeling of dread as they know there is a trap waiting for them before they can get in. They make it to the main room to get to the item, but are greeted with the final task they must complete, as this elder explains. Basically, what's going on is they're trying to find this item, defeat this evil, or help save the planet, whatever it is. And these group of elders that set these up set up this research and set up these clues to get to this temple. We see this whole montage of them going through the temple, fighting goons, fighting with the wildlife, snakes, whatever. And they finally get to the temple and find it, and then have to go through all the little traps and stuff, and then the final evil, whatever final trap was that the elder explains to get to the item. That was my first feeling on it. I kind of went with a little different vibe on it, so I kind of like the temple feel. So next up I put on is this. We see the group working on a new magic to take out the evil. I don't know, I like magic this week. We see them researching all the books and putting everything together as the song moves forward. We then see the magic suddenly put itself together as they figured out the main part. The magic then fills the room as they watch it begin to build itself into an item. The item is then sent to the main, who is the strongest, basically the strongest character. They touch the item and suddenly the power is given to them along with the knowledge of the elders to beat the evil. The team is now ready to face the main evil as the song ends. Basically, they have this whole, like in the other one, a whole research of magic that they know how to do. It's been scattered all over the world and they've been able to get it all together. And this magic suddenly manifests itself as they're researching and saying the certain things. And the magic turns into this item, which then flies to the strongest, which happens in this case to be the main. And then the main starts getting visions of the elders and everything, and understands how to beat the evil, and with this new weapon or new item and everything. And as the song progresses and ends, we see them all ready to face the main evil and save the world. Both work for me. It could be the same movie, but it just gave me that vibe of both of it, either magic or searching for a temple with a special item. Anyway, either one has like a special item feel. So let me know what you think in the comments. Always follow her stuff. It's really good. All of her stuff is really awesome. So check it out. It's Debby Grupp. I'm always going to screw up your name. And the song is called Ultramarine. As always, if you're new here to this channel and you're just first time enjoying this, welcome. I hope you enjoy everything so far and all the music and all the little stupid visions that I make. If you enjoy the music and everything, please think about liking and subscribing, and make sure you hit that bell notification to know when this next episodes come up, and now you're always notified it's not getting hidden. And I appreciate everybody, and make sure you follow all these artists and their platforms, and make sure you follow them by their music. So that's what we're here for. So moving on. Next up today we have the Fair Attempts, and I played them a lot. You know them if you know them. They're a industrial rock, EDM, synthwave, darkwave, anything dark, gloomy, happy, whatever. They're out of Finland, and the song they sent me is called Carnal Insect. I almost screwed it up and said Carnal Instinct, so it's not that. Carnal Insect, and they call this a beat perfect for dancing. It's kind of weird, but anyway, it's a really good song, and it kind of gives me when I was reading the description on it, retro sounding synth, powerful vocals, and beat perfect for dancing. I kind of went with that, but because I know Fair Attempts in a little ways, because I played them a lot, I kind of went with a more evil way. So I started out with this. The main evil and succubus meet for the first time after entering the town. They have a meet up and have this little moment, giving each other the reason for being there while they're in this club. We then see them start to have a feel for each other and agree to work together. We then see them start to dance in the club and take out other patrons of the club one by one. We then see the carnage happening while we cut to the end of this bloodbath with just them on the dance floor while everybody else is now dead. Basically, we get this, the city's the main focus of this, the main focus of the movie, and this main evil and this succubus show up, and they have this little talk together, and they decide to work together because they've known each other for a long time or whatever it is. And to have some fun, they're in this club, and they just started, to kill everybody and, do this whole bloodbath. We've seen that, a lot of times in horror movies. So that's kind of what I went with on the first one. And like I always say, let me know what you think in the comments of your opinion. Next, I went on this with we see the main entering the area while the monsters have the team cornered. The main is taking out each member of the evil's group while the evil watches from the lair. We then cut back to the team as they have a moment during this little slow section of the song, and the main gives the team new weapons as they fight their way back out to the safe zone. It's 180 degrees. We now have the main has gotten a new set of weapons, or are given the weapons by whoever, and the team has been cornered. He takes out this main takes out all the goons for that little section and gives the weapons to the rest of the team, and explains what's going on and everything, and they start to move on to this rush out to get rid of the fighting the goons to get back to the safe area so they can regroup. So, like I said, it gives me both vibes on that. I kind of like both. So, as always, let me know what you think in the comments of the song and what kind of vision you would think. And as always, check out their stuff in a really good platform, really good music. So check them out, download, etc. And check it out right now. It's the Fair Attempts, and the song is called Carnal Insect.
You're such a carnal insect. When there's a tragedy, you see an opportunity. You can go and screw them up. Your thoughts are hard of the moment. Heart bleeding, nose and lip. Disregard and self-esteem. Insult the injury. such a carnal insect. I can't pretend. How could you live with yourself? You're like an insect. You're like an insect. Fly all around, suck out your long lost friend. Gotta make it sure you're not around. Gotta make it sure you're not
Next up today we have, I hope I'm saying this name right. It's a Animoscillator. If I'm not saying it, please let me know if you're the artist. And they are a electronic DAW-less, DAW-less artist out of Montana. The song they sent me today is called "In the Name of the Wicked Wizard." It's I kind of like the name of the song. It's kind of cool. And they call this their description on this is, when all is lost and there's no hope for sight, we must rise up in the name of the wicked wizard. I don't understand what that means, but you know, that's not my vision. it's what they came up with. On this, it gave me a lot of vibes. It gave me a lot of ideas to work with, but I kind of went on this one. I kind of went with the AI feel on the first one. So check it out. This is what I thought. We see the city. We see the city, and we get the internals of the city, and then we watch the off in the distance as we see the AI is taking over the controls of the robots from this lab, which is the main storyline. And the main team have been working for. Basically, you know, we get the robots. The main and team have worked on these robots, and all of a sudden this AI is taking over, and boom, the robots are now on a warpath. We then see the robots start to enter the city. As they enter the city, we see them taking people as a show of strength and to assimilate. The team in the main run to get others to safety, while other parts of the team are trying to take out as many of the robots as they can. But then they realize they are unable and overwhelmed. We then see the city being overrun as a survivor is clear to hide from the AI and the other robots. Basically, the main in the group, the whole beginning of the story was they were making these robots to help mankind. And you know, this AI takes over. AI gets a glitch, or you know, whatever the storyline is, and takes over, and now wants to assimilate the people and take over the world. You know, basically every AI robot story there is. And as this is happening, you know, they go through the city, taking out, and the main group is getting as survivors and getting to safety while they figure out what's going on. That's my first feel on that. The next feel I feel on it is we see the main has been turned into a cyborg after being murdered. We've seen that a lot of times. And we see them arise for the first time, and is told by the main scientist what what happened. We then see them understanding the ordeal and learning about the body they've been given. And as this is moving on, as the song is moving on, we then see them back in the city to find the ones who did this to them. We see them searching and stalking people one by one and take out the lower goons, gathering information about the others and the main boss who gave the order for them to be killed. Basically, you know, we've seen that many times. You know, like I don't want to go like RoboCop, but something like this similar. You know, the main has been killed. This scientist who's befriended him brings him back to life as a cyborg with, you know, robotic stuff, and explains this, and you know, get this whole little montage of them getting used to it, and then we see them back in the streets taking out, you know, the goons trying to find the information on who called for the hit. So both of those work for me, and it could actually work on the same movie. The AI calls the hit, you know. But as always, let me know what you think. Really good group, really strong sound. So check out the rest of their stuff on their platforms, and make sure you download their stuff. It's really awesome. And here it is. It's I hope I'm saying this right. It's Animoscillator, and the song is called "In the Name of the Wicked Wizard." Last up today in our auditory beautiful sonic adventure, we have BerkhouseSnyder. And if you don't know them, they are a dance retro group out of Irwin, Pennsylvania. Really great vocals on a lot of the music and just really great vibe. The song they sent me today is called Potential Zero. This is what they call the liver and onion mix. I guess it's a remix of one of their songs of the Potential Zero original. This song gives me a lot of vibes with it. They gave me this description, so I'll read a little bit of it. It's you say that I'm your hero, but you're my potential zero. 80s freestyle version sounding like Information Society, singing about someone that thinks. To them that you were their hero, but to you, the thought of that is so much to handle that it could become your downfall. And can you handle the pressure? What will it be, the beat or the bass? The 0 point has all the potential we need. And I kind of went with that feeling on it. So I kind of went with that ugly duckling turning into a swan warrior kind of thing. So check this out. This is what I first came up with. The new main has entered the enter the school at the climax of the movie to take on the evil of the area. The once lonely, shy person is now a warrior to defend others. We see the main show up with the powers they've hidden from everyone to take out all the monsters, causing chaos in the area as the others are watching in awe. We then see the main using their powers to save the others, even though they were picked on throughout the first part of the movie. Basically, the bully kind of, versus the little girl, or not little girl, but the main character. The main and team then have an explanation of what's going on and who the main really is. They all rush out while the evil is giving chase. The main and team escape to the safety of her dimension. Basically, what happened is just the main character already knows about this dimension. It's from another dimension. They were there, shy, lonely, and they were basically trained to be this warrior. And nobody else knew it. What happens, and then all of a sudden the evil starts coming in. Climax, she has to show herself, or they have to show themselves. And we see them destroying all the monsters while the rest of the group is sitting in awe. Everyone that was bullying her and everything now has to rely on her to be back in safety. They then say, they didn't give an explanation of who they are and why all this is happening as they jump into another dimension, back to her dimension for safety, and that's when we get this kind of like climax, right before the climax of the movie, of the, the world's dimensions kind of thing. That's kind of what the first feeling I came up with. Last feeling I came for this week is kind of like this. The man has arrived back to the town after beating a set of goons. We see them with a new confidence, able to handle the power that they've been given. We then see the change in the main as they return to their friends. The evil then reveals itself to the main, in which now the area and friends know is behind all of these attacks. The evil starts to devastate the area as the main confronts them. Once confronted, they have this full exposition together, and between the both, and we get this final fight between the two, and the main is beating the evil as the others of the area are now fully shown the true power of the main possesses, while one states that they went from zero to hero as we cut to the final beating of the evil as the song ends. Basically, the main has arrived. They've been beating the goons in this area, and they've been setting up this whole setup to, if they're bad or, finding out who's behind it all. Then all of a sudden the main evil shows up, and we get this whole little fight thing, and we now know who's behind all the attacks. And as the evil starts to devastate, they have this huge fight between the main and this, the main and the evil. And as the song starts going to end, the evil's been beaten before, as the song ends, and then we move on to the final little showdown of, after the beating. So both of those work for me. Let me know what you think in the comments. As always, make sure you follow them. Really good group. Make sure you follow them on their platforms and download. It's just really good. So check it out. Good way to end today. It's BerkhouseSnyder, and the song is called Potential Zero. That's it for today. I hope everybody enjoyed the music. If you do enjoy it, make sure you follow them on their platforms. You know, as always, you know, follow them on their social media platforms, websites, whatever, and download their music because that's what we're here for. If you're new to the show again, welcome, and I hope you enjoyed the music and my stupid little visions. If you enjoy it, please think about liking and subscribing. As always, if you're an artist and you're checking out my show for the first time and you want to be a part of it, if you look down below, you'll see the description. There's a form you can submit. I'm looking for anything. If you want to send it. I'll play it as long as it's not, as I always say, as long as it's not yodeling inside of a bucket inside of a tunnel. So hope everybody enjoys it. And everybody has a great week. Hope the music helps you get through your long week or bad times. So everybody have a great week, and I will see everybody next week. Bye.